Hi, welcome to this Getting Started guide for Fabricate running on top of Amazon. We're going to use StackPoint to install a Kubernetes cluster on Amazon. StackPoint's a pretty cool project. It's an online UI that helps you install Kubernetes on multiple clouds. You can see here it offers installing Kubernetes on top of Azure, DigitalOcean, Packet, and here we go, we've got Amazon. So just going to log in using my Google credentials. And this is pretty handy because we've tried quite a few different approaches to installing Kubernetes, and by far StackPoint is the easiest way to do this. So we get taken to this this section here. We're going to edit the defaults, the recommended defaults. We're going to increase the size of the master and the worker nodes just for fun. If you're running proper CD pipelines with Fabricate, then you probably want to have larger boxes than this and a larger cluster potentially, depending on what you're building. I've already created my AWS key set. That's taking the credentials from your Amazon account. I've also previously uploaded my public key, so that will actually get pushed out to the machines. So the next section is we're able to pick the flavor of Kubernetes. So we're choosing Kubernetes 132, that version, the Core OS stable distribution, and we're going to leave it there for the moment and just hit submit. This takes us to this dashboard now, and we can see on the bottom right hand side the state. We're going to skip over probably the next, I think it's about 7 minutes whilst Amazon actually creates the VMs. We can see they're running now, the cluster's running, so it's been totally created for us. And it's given us the steps we need to run in our terminal so that we can connect from our local machine and connect to our cluster running on Amazon. So we download the kubeconfig. This contains the information, the credentials to be able to securely access our cluster. So let's go ahead and tell the kubeconfig location. So now we've previously downloaded the kubectl binary. We're going to use the context that StackPoint's given us, and we can check the nodes. And here we see our 4 nodes that are running ready. Next, we're going to go Fabricate. This is a small Golang binary that we run to be able to install and set up Fabricate on top of the cluster we've just created. So the latest version we've got at the moment is 0445. This can update quite regularly, so check you've got the latest version. I've already got it downloaded, so we can go ahead and run go fabricate deploy. We're going to pass it a domain name as well. This is something we're going to use shortly to be able to set up our DNS wildcard so that we're able to access our applications that we're running on the cluster. We've already, go fabricate is using the context that we've used with kubectl. So we've detected the server that we're actually accessing, the API server, and we can go ahead and continue. So we're deploying the console, we're setting up a couple of service accounts. We're also going to install a number of templates. These allow us to do our one-click install and setup of applications such as Jenkins and Prometheus for monitoring, and centralized logs as well with Kibana and Elasticsearch. With Chaos Monkey, we've got lots of applications there. We're also running the Expose controller. This will automatically create ingress rules so we are able to access our applications, as well as this Nginx controller. Now the comments there just told us it's assigned the Nginx controller onto a node using that private IP. We can check with StackPoint the external IP, the public IP that Amazon's given us, so that we can then create our DNS record. On another screen which you don't see, I'm actually using Cloudflare, where I actually am adding in the external IP address, and it's pretty quick because we can now ping aws.fabricate.io, and it's now got our correct external IP from our Amazon. Now GoFabricate actually used a node label to assign the first schedulable node it could find, the Nginx controller. If you want to change this, you can just move the label from the first node it found and move it to another node for an external IP that you want to actually use for your DNS. So we're just going to look at the pods now that are running. Kubernetes is now pulling these images down, so it may take a few minutes to pull down. You can see here we've got the Fabricate console, we've got a registry, Docker registry. Forge is what we use for creating project wizards. We've got GOGS for a source code repository, as well as our Nginx proxy, reverse proxy, a Jenkins and a Nexus image as well. These make up the core applications of the Fabricate microservices platform. So Fabricate Forge is running there. And now we have the expose controller. So this actually watches the Kubernetes services. When new ones are added, then it will automatically create an ingress rule. When services are deleted, then it will remove that ingress rule as well. So looking at the services, we can see the cluster IP, which Kubernetes uses itself internally to be able to access pods, but we're not able to use that externally. So if we want to, from my laptop, to be able to access, say, Jenkins, I won't be able to use that 10.200 address. Instead, we need this ingress rule and this Nginx controller that we've automatically got running. Using that host name that the expose controller has generated, we can use Fabricate, the default namespace and our domain name, as a URL to be able to access the Fabricate console. And here we go, we have the console running on Amazon. This is the default team that we've got seen in front of us. We click the runtime and we can see these are the other apps that are actually running. And then the one-click run menu as well for any of the other apps that we've got. Please take a look at a lot of the other demos that we've got showing creating CD pipelines for Node.js, Swift, Java applications, allowing developers to get up and running, working on Kubernetes faster. Thank you.